Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. I'm Madhush Kabalasura. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. President Mahinda Rajapaksa heads to Bahrain, 1 dead and 3 injured following an accident in Sripada. Alternate lands to be granted to unauthorized settlers in Vilpattu. New police unit to investigate incidents with religious connotations declared open. MERS virus kills more than 100 in Saudi Arabia. Now moving into your top local story here today, President Mahinda Rajapaksa departed to Bahrain this morning. Presidential media spokesperson Mohan Samaranayaka stated that King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the Sri Lankan president will hold talks on strengthening and developing cooperation in various fields and reviewing the excellent existing relations between the two countries, in addition to the latest regional and international developments. A number of bilateral agreements will also be signed during his official visit. The president is also due to meet the vice president of Bahrain tomorrow. The Sri Lankan president will meet with a business delegation and Sri Lankans residing in Bahrain during his 3-day official visit. Now moving into another headline-making story. 1 person has been killed and 3 others injured in an accident that occurred in the Ratu Ambalama area on the Nallathaniya Sripada road.
The police say that the accident occurred at about 7 o'clock this morning when the 4 victims who were on pilgrimage to Adams Peak slipped and fell. The deceased has been identified as an 82-year-old man from Ambalantota. The police say that a woman who was critically injured in the incident has been admitted to the Kandy General Hospital. The other 2 injured victims are residents of Matharanpul and Narwa. The police say that they are receiving treatment at the Muskelia Hospital.
The Special Police Unit established to investigate incidents with religious connotations was declared open today under the auspices of Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratna.
The new police unit has been established at the premises of the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and Religious Affairs. Multi-faith members of the clergy were also present at the occasion. Addressing the media at this occasion, Inspector General of Police N.K. Lanka said that any individual can lodge a complaint with this unit.
We established this unit because of the number of complaints received with regard to religious conflicts. Thereby this unit was created in order to take immediate measures to solve these issues and to take legal action.
Complaints can be lodged with this unit via telephone on 0112 307674 and 0112 306694. Complaints can also be lodged via fax on 0112 306688 and 0112 307406.
This unit will be available island-wide. Therefore, if someone has to lodge a complaint, you can lodge your complaint with this unit. We hope that through this we would be able to take immediate measures to solve such issues and provide speedy solutions in the future. The National Transport Commission has temporarily halted the issuing of route permits to external parties. NTC Chairman Renuka Pereira says that a policy decision on the matter would be made in the near future. He said that the decision to suspend the granting of route permits to external parties was prompted by several complaints that have been received in this regard.
I
hope to take a policy decision after studying the old systems extensively and looking at corrections that need to be made. Then we will be able to decide how the route permits should be issued when a bus is purchased. Thereby we have informed the bus owners and the country of this temporary cessation. Various allegations have been levelled at the National Transport Commission over a period of time. This is not a process that takes place within the institution. It takes place externally. However, the allegations are levelled at the Commission. I have taken this decision to resolve this problem.
The government has taken steps to provide alternate lands for a group of unauthorized settlers in the North Sanctuary of the Vilpattu Reserve. Mana District Secretary M.Y. Deshapriya says a 50-acre plot of land in the Mirichakattua has been selected for this purpose.
Newsfirst has reported on several prior occasions on the unauthorized settlement in the North Sanctuary of the Vilpattu Reserve. Mana District Secretary M.Y. Deshapriya says that 73 of the families in this unauthorized settlement have been selected for the resettlement program.
Surveyors have already been dispatched there and they are allocating plots of land. We should be able to commence providing these plots within 2 weeks. It will take some time to resettle the people as the environment will have to be made conducive for settlement. We will be providing lands for those people who are living in the reserve. Usually through the Secretariat, lands are provided to people who do not have lands. What we are doing here is resettling people who are displaced. There are a large number of Sinhalese people as well in the south and in Anuradhapura who were displaced from here. We will be providing land to those people who have been registered.
Environmentalist Ravindra Karivasam says that several homes have already been constructed at this unauthorized settlement in the North Sanctuary of the Vilpattu Reserve. He adds that biodiversity of the reserve has been harmed as a result of these unauthorized constructions. Minister of Wildlife Resource Conservation Vijit Vijayamunisoisa says that legal action will be initiated against the illegal settlers.
The Ministry of Power and Energy has taken measures to introduce concessionary loan schemes for new connections for low-income families in rural villages. The ministry states that this program will come into effect from Wednesday.
The Ministry of Power and Energy added that the first stage of this program will be carried out in the Hambantota, Ampara and Ratnapura districts for low-income earning families who are without electricity. Each family will be granted a loan of up to 40,000 rupees repayable in 6 months. The Ministry of Power and Energy noted that the Asian Development Bank would sponsor this program, which will be carried out by the Ceylon Electricity Board with a $3.5 million sponsorship free from tariffs.
A number of houses have been damaged by gale force winds that swept through the Kurunagala, Hettipola and Dulwava areas.
Our correspondent stated that gale force winds accompanied by rain swept through the Dulwava area at around 4:30 last evening. A number of trees were uprooted by the winds, while severe crop damage was also reported. Our correspondent stated that 10 homes were damaged.
Now, meanwhile, the Department of Meteorology stated that showers or thunder showers will occur over most parts of the island, particularly during the afternoon or evening. Heavy falls of around 100 millimeters are also likely in some areas.
Thunder showers will develop over most part of the island during the afternoon or evening. Heavy falls around 100 millimeters are also likely at some places. Showers can be expected in the coastal areas from Colombo to Batipro via Gale and Hambantota during the morning. There may be tempered localized strong winds during thunder showers. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by lightning activities. I am Manusha Varnasuri.
The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Skills Development has confirmed the participation of 107 countries for the upcoming World Conference on Youth 2014. The ministry stated that a number of international monitoring bodies will also participate in the conference. The ministry also stated that Youth Council Secretariat has also confirmed that the participation of 250 local and international media persons who will cover the WCY. They added that all media delegates will be provided facilities which meet international standards. The World Conference on Youth will be held from the 6th to the 10th of next month. Now, on a related note, the Around the World team that is spreading the message of the World Conference on Youth 2014 is due to depart to Russia from France today. Newsfirst Ramesh Irugal Bandara reports.
Around the World in 40 days.
A very good morning to all our listeners tuned in. The Around the World team is joining you from Paris in France. Yesterday, we were able to attend a special event held to hand over the official French flag to our team. Thereafter, we were able to tour several iconic places in Paris. Key among them was our visit to the Eiffel Tower. Today, we are preparing to fly off to Moscow in Russia. With that, we conclude the European leg of Around the World in 40 days. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ramesh Irugal Bandara with Yashwat Kambalsi from Paris,
Starting off your international news, in Eastern Europe, EU diplomats meet today to agree on the names of more Russians to be targeted in a broadening of sanctions over Moscow's actions in Ukraine.
The US and the other G7 states are also planning further steps against Russia, accusing it of destabilizing Ukraine. The US and EU already have asset freezers and travel bans in place on a number of Russian individuals and firms who are accused of playing a part in the annexation of Crimea. Ambassadors from 28 EU member states will meet today to begin the process of deciding further potential sanctions against Russia. The White House has said it will be adding more names today of people close to President Vladimir Putin to the list. They also said they would be imposing new restrictions on high-tech imports.
Now moving on to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia says more than 100 patients infected with the MERS coronavirus have now died since the outbreak began in 2012. The Health Ministry said another 8 deaths occurred yesterday, taking the toll to 102.
The acting health minister says 3 hospitals in Riyadh, Jeddah and Dammam have been designated specialist centers for treating MERS. MERS causes symptoms including fever, pneumonia and kidney failure. The rate of infection is increasing and the World Health Organization has offered to help Saudi Arabia investigate infection patterns. The Saudi Health Ministry reported the latest deaths in a statement late yesterday. Among the victims were a child in the capital Riyadh and 3 people in the western city of Jeddah. The ministry said it has detected a total of 16 new cases of MERS over the past 24 hours. Acting Health Minister Adel Fakir said the 3 hospitals designated as specialist centers for MERS treatment can accommodate 146 patients in intensive care. On Saturday, Egypt recorded its first case, a 27-year-old man who had recently returned from Saudi Arabia. Correspondents say many Saudis have voiced concerns on social media about government handling of the outbreak. Last Monday, Saudi Health Minister Abdullah Al-Rabaya was sacked without explanation as MERS death toll climbed.
Starting off your sports news with cricket, the Sri Lanka national cricket team engaged in practices at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo today ahead of their tour of Ireland and England.
This will be Larry Thirimana's first tour since being appointed vice captain of the team. Rookies Niroshan Dikwella and Chaturanga De Silva have also been included in the squad for this tour as a wicket-keeper and right-arm medium-pace bowler. Sri Lanka will take on Ireland in 2 ODIs in Dublin on the 6th and 8th of May. Following the tour of Ireland, Sri Lanka commenced their tour of England with 3 warm-up fixtures against country teams Essex, Kent and Sussex. Sri Lanka will then take on England in a T20 international at the Kennington Oval before the 5 ODI series which will commence on the 22nd. Following a 3-day warm-up match, Sri Lanka will take on England in 2 tests, and first of which will work off on the 12th of June at the historic Lord's Cricket Ground.
And that wraps up this edition of Lunchtime News. I'm Madhush Balasuriya for the Newsfirst team. Have a great day.